Hello, it is Tamara. It's Monday and it's noon. And so here we go. What I wanted to share with you today were the specials that you could save 20% on right now. Because if you have your own doTERRA account, you're saving 25% off of retail, right? And then also you can save 20 more percent off of these items that we're going to share. So they are on sale from now until, let me share my screen here. From now until the 25th. And I think there's a limit of 4 items. There we go. So limit of 4 items and per count. Yeah, I think that's all the restrictions. I do know, unfortunately, that because this started on the 17th, that the what is it? When I get to it, I'll remember it. One of them has sold out. Red Man, no, not Red Mandarin. I think it was Kumquat. It's one of those citrus ones. And I posted it in our Facebook group that it is sold out. Um, and that's where you can find all the updates on whether they're close to being gone or gone. Okay. All right. So 20% off of all these wonderful, wonderful things. The outdoor essentials, that's kind of what they're calling this group. This is TerraShield, Cedarwood, Citronella. Cedarwood is really good for helping with if you have blemishes. It's really good because it's a grounding oil, right? You think of cedarwood, it's trees, it's got roots, right? So it's very grounding. Um, Great for relaxation and sleep, so great to use in your diffuser for that. It is very helpful for brain support and focus. And then it's also a really good bug repellent. Yes, because all the bugs tend to come out as spring starts and summer starts, right? All the bugs. Um, okay. So then there's also citronella, which is, a really good bug repellent. You've probably seen like citronella candles and things like that. This is a great oil to have in a diffuser. Um, Going if you're, if you have a portable diffuser, right? You could use a portable diffuser and use it on your picnic table kind of thing. It's also really good for skin and nail cleansing. It is very helpful for your digestion. It is an insect and a lice repellent, great for a detox. And then it's also helpful for post-surgery discomfort. Okay. And then the last one, of course, why wouldn't TerraShield be in this repellent, right? The outdoor grouping, so to speak, is because it's our repellent blend. Super, super good for keeping all the creepy crawlies off of you, whether you're hiking or camping or just in the great outdoors, gardening, that kinds of things. Um, Great for insect repellent, obviously. Also really helpful for cellular health, skin issues, and to help with emotional boundaries. So the Tear Shield blend has citronella, lemongrass, thyme, cedarwood, geranium, and peppermint in it altogether. You can get it as the spray, or you can get it in the 15 ml bottle. They are both the same blends, right? The spray is just a 30 ml spray bottle, so it's like two of the 15 ml bottles, and it's in a spray bottle. Otherwise, you could use it, like in your diffuser or add it to lotion, right? If you wanted to do your bug repellent, but you don't like to spray it, you could add some to your unscented lotion and then put that on, and that would be like your bug repellent. So super good that way. All right, so then the next grouping would be the relaxation and bedtime grouping, okay? Because all of these things are super helpful for just relaxing and calming and all those things, okay? So the first one would be balance. That's our grounding blend. That is a great blend to start the day with. Um, I have a roller bottle of balance and I literally up and down my spine every morning after I get out of the shower. It just starts my day off right. You can do it on the bottoms of your feet. You could put it on your pulse points, right? If you wanted to use it as your perfume, but it's really good for grounding and kind of setting the tone to your day so that it's a smooth day without all of the ups and downs, right? That life throws at you. Um, Good for focus and concentration. Very helpful if you are feeling angry or if you're feeling fearful. And then it's really good to help you control your emotions. Also, very supportive that way. Okay. Um, that one has a bunch of different things in it. I don't have it here, so I can't tell you what's in it, but it's very calming, grounding. Just it's a really good oil. And it's 20% off. So there you go. All right, the next one is lavender. People probably use lavender for everything calming, soothing, relaxing, right? That kind of thing. It can really help to support you with seasonal issues. If you have like a runny nose or watery eyes, that kind of things. It's kind of like a natural, what do I want to say? Antihistamine, I guess that's what I want to say. If you dab your finger on the top of the either the roller or the 15 ml bottle, there's always a little bit of oil left, right? And if you just roll it around your nostrils, that's very helpful to stop any kind of drip that you might have going on. Super helpful for that. Great for focus, great for soothing your skin with any kind of, abrasion or scratch or that kind of thing. Really good for that. You can use it in the diffuser. You can use the lavender touch right there, right, as your daily fragrance if you want. Super, super good. Serenity, that has lavender in it. It also has cedarwood, coriander, ylang ylang, marjoram, Roman chamomile, vetiver, sandalwood, tonka bean, and vanilla. And it smells fabulous. And it's really good at relaxing you and getting your body ready to let you know that it is time to go to sleep. So it's super nice in your diffuser at night. Can really help if you're having any anxious feelings. If you feel like your mood goes from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, it's really helpful with that. It can also help with muscle tension, so it can help support your muscles, to relax and not be so tense. Um, Good if you are feeling stressful. It's just such a great oil, and it is the oil that is you just want to have it in your arsenal for things because it's super good for all those things I just mentioned. Diffuser, use it topically. Again, you could use it with your unscented lotion and use it that way. You can make a roller bottle out of it, make it your personal fragrance because it smells really good, and then maybe it would help calm people down around you, right? Not only yourself, but people around you. The next one then is vetiver. That one is super grounding and really helpful for sleep. If you have a hard time getting to sleep, that's a really good one to use, whether you use it topically or use it in your diffuser. It is great to help support attention and concentration. Again, it's great for any anxious feelings that you might have. If you lay down at night and your mind just wants to keep going and going and going, right? That's a great oil to use. You could use it in your diffuser. You could apply it topically, bottoms of your feet, um, on your pulse points, up and down your spine kind of thing. Super helpful to just really calm any chaos you might have going on in your head. Okay. All right. So then the next grouping is going to be respiratory support. And that is everything breathe, right? We all know that breathe is our respiratory support oil. So it helps to open your airways. If you have, because if you have a cold or a stuffy nose or anything like that, it's hard to sleep. And so by using that either topically, you can just do a swipe underneath your nose to help open up your airways, or put it in your diffuser. That's super helpful. Can be helpful for people who snore also. And then again, during the springtime when all the pollen is flying around, can be helpful so that it opens your airways and you're not stuffy and, that kind of thing. So really super nice with that. And then You also have the breathe drops, okay? And the breathe drops are really good if you've got congestion, any kind of congestion. It really helps to um, drain the congestion so that it's not all stuck up in your head, right? Because sometimes when you have a cold, oh my gosh, you just feel like your head's going to explode because it's got all that pressure in it. And the breathe drops really help to open up your sinuses so that it can drain away and you feel so much better. And then the other one that comes with that is Ravintsara. That's really good for respiratory support. It's also good for your immune system. It can be helpful with skin cleansing. It can be an insect repellent also. And then it can help if you've got that little tickle in the back of your throat kind of thing. To stop that. Now, this is topical and aromatic use only, so you're not going to use this internally. You could put it in your diffuser. You could put it, right over your throat, topically with, carrier oil, a little bit of lotion. Um, Again, you could do a swipe underneath your nose. That would help to open up your sinuses. Really good oil because sometimes breathe by itself, everybody's different, right? Sometimes breathe by itself just isn't quite getting you the result that you want, and this adding this to it can really help. Also, Ravintsara is not a permanent product, and so this is a great time to grab it, okay? So that you have it, should you need it. All right. Then the next grouping we have is the digestive and metabolic. So these are all the things that are 20% off right now. Advantage, that is the cherry, I think it's cherry pomegranate. I think that's what it is. Um, yeah, I think it's just the cherry pomegranate that's on sale. I don't think it's what's the other one? Orange lime or lemon lime or something like that. So the cherry pomegranate's on sale. This is something that I use every single day because of the collagen in it. So it's really good for stronger hair and nails, for your skin elasticity, um, for increased energy. It helps to reduce stress, improve your sleep, and also for any brain fog that you might have going on. It's really helpful with that. And basically, it comes in these little sachets that it shows here. Um, and you mix one in cold water. I use my little frother, right? The little frother in my glass, mix it up, and then drink it down. That's the first thing I drink every morning. So really nice to have. You can save 20% on it off of it. Um, DigestZen is another one. That's kind of a staple I think it should be a staple in anybody's household because there's always things that you eat that don't agree with you, unfortunately. And so it's really good to have on hand for any sort of digestive problem that you might have going on to soothe your upset stomach, um, those kinds of things. Also good if you're feeling nauseous or if you feel like you have some indigestion going on, right? And it's also really good if you are in a car and maybe if you're not driving, right, you're sitting in the passenger seat or you're sitting in the back seat and you're doing a road like this, or even if it's on a straight road and you just don't feel good because of all the motion that's going on, that's a good one to use. You could rub that over your stomach. You could rub it on the back of your neck. In a pinch, DigestZen is also really good to help to open your sinuses too. So there you go. It has peppermint, coriander, ginger, caraway, cardamom, fennel, and anise in it. So next two are the ginger 15 ml, but also the ginger drops. The ginger drops are really good if um, how you don't feel good sometimes in the morning when you're pregnant. They're great for that. Any sort of kind of queasiness kind of that you might have going on. And again, if you're don't do well with motion things, that can be super helpful to just suck on a ginger drop. Great for digestive support. Both of them are for blood sugar support, appetite balancing, to give yourself kind of an immune boost. Really good to have these on hand because you just never know, right? Also good, the oil is also good in the diffuser. You could make your own like ginger tea with the drop. You could just heat up some hot water, plunk it in there, and Add maybe a little bit of honey if you want, and then just sip on it. That would be really good. The next thing then that's 20% off is the PB Assist, and those are those little sachets. Um, they taste like a pixie stick. If you don't know what that is, I'm sorry. Obviously, I'm older than you. Um, but it's really yummy. So kids really like it because it's really good for kids to take. Basically, you could just take one of those little sachets, just put them in your mouth, kind of mix it around and swallow it down. You can mix it in water for your kids. You can mix it in yogurt. Instead of a lot of times when you cut up strawberries, right, and you want the juices or the sweetness to come out of it, if you sprinkle a little bit of sugar on it, right, that always helps. But instead of the sugar, you could use the PB Assist on top of that. Makes it very yummy and tasty. So probiotics really helpful for to support clear skin, very supportive for your gut health, supportive for memory, your immune system, and then also it's really good for mental and cognitive support. It's super easy to take, super convenient because you could carry those with you, right? And then peppermint is also 20% off. Um, Great for helping you to breathe easier, great for digestive support, great to clear any brain fog. Um, if you took the peppermint and either just took the lid off and, held it underneath your nose and took a big breath in, that would totally clear any brain fog out. So it's really good for alertness. It's great to support your memory. It is great this time of the year also, along with lavender. Um, to help with any sort of itchy, watery eyes, the runny nose, the little, tickle in your throat, that kind of thing from the lovely pollen that likes to fly around. Um, you can use it separately from the lavender. You could use our trifecta is the lavender, lemon, and peppermint together, just like a drop of each. Super, super helpful. You can use it topically. You could use it internally. Um, it's your choice kind of thing. Um, Also very good if you are feeling, mentally kind of very tired. Peppermint's a great one to reach for. And then if you fly a lot and you fly to different time zones and you have a hard time adjusting, peppermint is really good for that. Okay. So that is your like respiratory, no, that is your digestive and metabolic grouping there. All those things are 20% off. And then we have the overall well-being, all of these things. The first one there, Davana, that's a Davana touch, right? Which means that it's anything that has that little touch label on it means that it is the oil or the blend, right? And it has fractionated coconut oil in it. So it's already diluted. It is ready to go for you to just grab and apply. You don't have to worry about, diluting it with other carrier oil or lotion or something. That's how you know. It has that little touch tab on it. So Davana is not a permanent product also. So if this is something that you want, grab it while you can. It is great for skin moisturizing and cleansing. It is great for immune and respiratory support. Helpful for insect bites. If you get an insect bite, you could roll it on the top of it. It helps kind of take away any sting or itch or anything like that. It's great to help support your hormones being balanced. And then it's also really good to support your libido. So it's a really nice blend to have on hand. Next one is green mandarin. This one it's a citrus oil, right? So it's going to be super uplifting. It also helps with any anxious feelings that you might have. If you're feeling, irritable, if you are trying to get some restful sleep, green mandarin's helpful for that. And then it's also good for skin support. Now, because it is a citrus oil, you want to, if you're using it on your skin, right? You want to make sure that if you're using it for like in your cleanser or your moisturizer or something like that, you want to make sure that you use it at night so that you have, 12 hours or so before you're in the sun again. If you are going to use it in the morning, topically, just make sure you apply it underneath your clothing because it can be photosensitive. Okay. And that's kind of the deal with every citrus oil. You just have to remember. Jasmine Touch, again, it's got the touch, so it's pre-diluted, it's ready to go. This is one I like to use for a personal fragrance, my perfume. This and the Magnolia and Whisper. Those kind of rotate. Those are my favorites that I rotate through. But it is great to help support hormone balancing to if if you feel like you're just feeling stressed all the time, very supportive for that. Um, can be helpful to uh, bring your mood up if you're feeling kind of blah. Okay. It can also be supportive during labor and delivery and not kind of, but it supports your milk supply. Okay. And then it's good for fine lines and wrinkles to kind of help those not be as prominent. Um, but it's just a really nice, it just smells so good. And it emotionally just makes you feel so yummy. Just, I don't know, it's like to me, it's like a big hug. So that is 20% off. Also, okay, so Kumquat, this is the one that is sold out that I've seen that's sold out. That's the only one I've seen so far. And again, this was not a permanent item. So obviously people grabbed it while they could. It's great for surface cleaning to help clear any brain fog you might have going on, for respiratory support, digestive support, um, kind of a gentle detox. All the citrus oils are kind of a gentle detox for you. And that's also good for cholesterol and blood pressure support. Okay. But that one is sold out, unfortunately. Okay. And then the last one in this grouping is tea tree. This is my go-to if you get any sort of if you are around me and you get any sort of a cut or a scrape or a scratch, I'm going to whip this out and put it on your little boo-boo. Because it's got antibacterial properties, and so it's very helpful for cleansing. Okay. It is good for, excuse me, to support any kind of wound that you might have going on. Good for stomach issues, can be very helpful there. Um, for healthy hair and scalp, you can add a drop or two, as you do your conditioner or your shampoo, add a drop or two, and then massage that onto your scalp. It's also helpful for clear skin if you're prone to blemishes, right? You can dab a little finger on top of that and then just dab it. It's kind of drying. And then it's also good for respiratory support. So, okay. That's like number one to have on hand. All right, so that was overall well-being, and then the last group that they put together is focus and clarity. I can't believe all these things are 20% off. I'm just like, okay, add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. All right, and this one has Laurel leaf, which is not a permanent product again. So if it's something you want, grab it while you can. Um, Laurel leaf is good for to help with concentration. So if you put like rosemary and peppermint and laurel leaf together in your diffuser, super helpful for helping you to stay on task and to concentrate and, kind of clear thinking and those kinds of things. Also good as an insect repellent. So there's quite a few in here, right, that have been good for insect repellents. Skin and nail cleansing helps to clean the air and surfaces. So if you put laurel leaf in your diffuser, maybe you have leftover whatever aroma in your house that you don't want anymore from like cooking bacon or burgers or whatever. Very helpful for that. Um, it's just a great, excuse me, a great oil to have. All right. And then there's the rosemary right there. So supportive for hair growth, respiratory support, memory, focus, and learning. Um, it can help support your adrenals and your liver. It's also great for stiff, tired muscles. And it can support if you have lost your sense of smell. I did when I had COVID, unfortunately. I feel like it's about, I don't know, I'd say 80% back. There's still a certain range of aromas that I literally just cannot smell anymore, which I mean can be nice, but then also kind of weird. But this can be helpful for that. And there's a whole protocol for using essential oils. I don't know, I think there's like four that you go through and you use them for 3 months, 8 weeks, something like that. And then you switch to another one. Um, I'll find that and put it in the in the comment because I know we've done some posts on that. So I'll find those and put them in the comments of this. But this rosemary can be helpful for that. Okay. Then we have the SuperMint, and this is the touch, right? It's got that little touch tab on it again. Um, so this one is really good. It's got all the mints. It's got like peppermint and Japanese mint and spearmint and bergamot mint in it. And it just is, if you like mint, this is for you. This is a great one. Helps with, any sort of digestive issues you got going on, appetite issues, can be very energetic and motivating when you use it. Helps clear any brain fog, head tension. Um, it's just a great, great oil to have. If you overheat out in the sun, if you get really hot in the sun, take your SuperMint and roll it on the back of your neck, and any sort of a breeze that comes along on the back of your neck, it'll create that cooling sensation, which is really nice. So if you sleep hot at night, you could roll this on the bottoms of your feet and it'll help to, usually when you're hot, you always feel it around your head and neck and chest, right? Um, if you roll this on the bottoms of your feet, it helps to draw the heat down out through your feet. So then you don't sleep so hot. There you go. All right. And then the last one in this grouping is wild orange. It's just a very happy oil, um, super uplifting because it's citrus, great for purifying and cleansing things, an immune boost, can help with concentration and focus. It's also really helpful if you don't like crowds, and when you get in a crowd, if you feel like, things are closing in on you, it's very helpful to use for that. You can just put a couple drops in the palm of your hand, rub your hands together, cup it over your nose and mouth, and take like 3 big breaths in and 3 breaths out. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And it really helps to kind of like dissipate the feeling that everything's closing in on you. Um, so all of those things are on sale, are 20% off. So yeah. So if you have your own doTERRA account, basically you just sign in, put the things in your cart. It'll show up, right? 20% off and you check out. If you don't have your own wholesale account, reach out to the person who you found out about doTERRA or who shared doTERRA with you, um, and they will help to hook you up, so to speak. Okay. That's it. I'll be back next week. I'm not sure what I'm talking about next week, but I'll be back next week. And as always, I'm so sorry. Ah! As always, if you have a topic that you would like covered, you want to know more about, like whether it's supporting your digestion or supporting your skin or something, right? If you have a topic you want to know more about, put that in the comments and I'll add that to my list of things that we're going to talk about. Hope you guys have a great Monday, the rest of the day, and I'll see you next week. Okay? Bye.